This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, June 1st, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Welcome to June. The Annapolis Fire Department is investigating a house fire that broke out on Saturday evening in the 900 block of Creek Drive in Annapolis City. It's in the Eastport section. It's right there on Spa Creek. When fire crews arrived, they did find heavy smoke and fire coming from a first-floor window. It took about 40 minutes and 50 firefighters to place it under control. It is under investigation. There were no firefighters injured, and the house was unoccupied at the time of the fire. The homeowners actually came back while the fire department was there. Speaking of damage, some vandals took to the streets, walls, and rooftops of Annapolis sometime between May 28th and 29th, seemingly in protest of the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis last Monday. There were graffiti tags placed all over the city, FUCK12, which is a anti-police graffiti tag with the number 12 representing a code for police. Many brick walls as well as rooftops were tagged by a group of 3 white males and 1 white female who were actually caught on surveillance camera, and ironically enough, they were filming their actions themselves. The Annapolis Police Department is investigating, but if anyone has any information, you can contact them at 410-268-9000. You want to go to eyeonannapolis.net. We do have copies of the surveillance pictures, and actually they are pretty clean, so it probably won't take much to identify these people, but take a look at them, and if you know who they are, please let the Annapolis Police Department know. Yesterday afternoon, Governor Hogan announced that Maryland's positivity rate has dropped to the lowest level since April 15th. We are now down to 10.9%, and at our peak on April 17th, it was 26.9%. Additionally, the hospitals and the ICU units are at their lowest levels to date. So it appears that we are all on a good track to getting beyond this COVID-19. The University System of Maryland is trying to figure out how they're going to get by the COVID-19 situation this fall, and they have announced that its 12 institutions are going to provide a hybrid of both online learning and in-person classes. The in-person classes are going to be the ones that require studio use, lab use, as well as clinical classes, but other courses that can be taught online most likely will be. Some classes may include a mix of students in a classroom and others watching online. All study abroad classes have been canceled for the semester. And they are going to tweak the calendar with universities starting class mid to late August, with all instruction ending by Thanksgiving. And the hope there is to get people off campus prior to any influx of the flu. Independent schools will also be able to tweak their calendars and their campus decisions a little bit, but boy, it is set up to be a crazy semester in colleges and universities. There's so much there that they need to figure out, and I don't envy any of them. Hey, tomorrow night at midnight is the deadline. If you are a local business, if you are a nonprofit, or you work with a nonprofit or an organization, through the Annapolis Gives initiative, and you want to go to AnnapolisGives.com and check that out, Liquefied Creative is offering a pro bono branding and design project to a local business or nonprofit or organization. We're coughing up an extra 6 months of digital advertising to go along with that, so if your business or organization needs a rebranding or a freshening up of your brand, get in there. There's no cost to do it, and you may be selected. Also over on AnnapolisGives.com, there is a tipping platform. It's a virtual tipping platform, and this is for anybody in the service industry. And the service industry is defined as hairstylists, salon workers, hostesses, servers, bartenders, people that play in bands, or artists that are gigging. Anybody that provides a service that may be out of work can get a tip. All you need to do is register. It doesn't cost anything to register. People can search through there, search for your name, search for where you work, and offer you a tip, and it goes right to your PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Again, no cost to tip, no cost to receive a tip. And please let all your friends and people know that are in the service industry to sign up for that. That will continue on beyond Tuesday. But check out AnnapolisGives.com. I had a great time working with Liquefied Creative on that. It's just a really good, easy way to give back to the local community. And finally, I am so thrilled to be able to tell you that Dinner Under the Stars will be returning this Wednesday, June 3rd. It will be a little bit smaller. It will be physically distanced, of course, but it will continue on Wednesday nights, weather permitting, through September 16th. You will have live music, as they always do. They are going to ask you to restrict your dancing. Actually, they're going to prevent you from dancing just because it's going to be so spread out and they need all the space that they can get. This year, Luna Blue is in there, Tsunami, El Toro Bravo, Stan and Joe's, Ram's Head Tavern, and a little bit later on, 49 West is going to be joining in on the event as well. Now, this Wednesday, June 3rd, the City of Annapolis is also hosting a citywide outdoor shopping and dining event during the same hours. This will be sort of like a Midnight Madness, I think. You can stroll Main Street, Market Space, Maryland Avenue, Dock Street, Park Place. You're going to find outdoor cafes, outdoor shopping, music, and lots of fun on all of the streets in Annapolis. Again, that's all happening Wednesday night. And you want to make sure that you don't miss the Daily News Brief tomorrow, because I'm really going to talk about the importance of supporting our local businesses. And I want to throw out some numbers that are absolutely going to astound you. All right, that wraps it up for the news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day, because we're going to update these stories and more throughout the day. If you're someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And let your friends and family and colleagues know how to get a podcast, how to download it, and how to subscribe to this one so it can come right to their phone or tablet. Other than that, hang tight. We've got George Young with your local DMV weather forecast coming up. It is Monday, so we also have Ann Alsina with your Money Monday report. And all of that is coming up in just 1 minute. But first, a quick message from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland, wishing you good health and a rapid return to prosperity. Uncertainty is one of the hardest parts of our current situation. As we move towards our new normal, you may want to consider adding more certainty to your financial future by locking in the low cost of clean solar energy. The economics of solar are tremendous, and there's no better source than the trusted team at Solar Energy Services. Residential solar projects typically earn the homeowner 8 to 12% annually over the life of the system, with even better returns for commercial systems. If you have some downtime now, take advantage of our powerful remote design capabilities, allowing one of our experienced solar designers to provide a presentation, followed by a detailed, accurate proposal, all from a safe distance. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's a wasted, but together we'll get through this.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, June 1st. Yesterday brought incredibly nice conditions across all of Anne Arundel County with temps in the 70s and breezy winds. And today and tomorrow will bring more of the same cool air with highs again in the 70s each day. But that will change in a big way midweek as high pressure moves to the southeast of the Annapolis area with a more southerly flow of air coming into the region, and that will bring real summertime heat Wednesday with highs in the 88 to 95 degree range, followed by more above average temps Thursday through Saturday with highs 85 to 90, with a chance of PM storms each day before a nice Sunday with highs 80 to 85 degrees. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Store. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
This is Wes Adams, candidate for Circuit Court Judge. As your former state's attorney, I built a reputation for being fair for our community, tough on violent crime, and compassionate to those in need. I work to set up specialized court proceedings designed to support recovery and to get our vets out of the criminal justice system. I partnered with our schools to help protect students and break the school-to-prison pipeline. I will bring these same values as judge to the circuit court. I respectfully ask that you vote for me, Wes Adams, on June 2nd.
Paid for by the Friends of Wes Adams. John Spencer, Treasurer.
Your money, managing and investing it can be confusing and sometimes scary. Here to help you put your financial picture into focus is Ann Alsina from CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. The market was up again last week and is still positive on a year-over-year basis. This seems absolutely crazy given what we see and hear about restaurants closing, retail chains filing for bankruptcy, unemployment figures, and other anecdotal news. There are a couple of factors involved. As I've said, the markets are forward-looking. and reflect the expectation that businesses are reopening and the economy will recover in the second half of this year. Data that supports this is the reduction in new unemployment claims and increased consumer spending. Also important is the role of government intervention, most especially the Federal Reserve Bank's efforts to provide liquidity to capital markets. Finally, as we've explained in previous podcasts, we often define the market by the S&P 500 index. This index is cap-weighted, meaning the larger the company, the more impact it has on the value of the index. So Apple, Facebook, and Amazon impact the index much more than the number 500 stock in the index. Those big tech companies aren't being affected the same way our local restaurants and Main Street retailers are. While this is good news for your investment portfolio, what does it all mean for the rest of your finances? If you're in a position to do so, continue to build cash reserves. The recommendation is to have 6 months of living expenses available. Over half of our country can't meet an unexpected $400 expense. If you need help building that savings, start small. Open a savings account or money market that you don't see when you check your account balances. Then put a small amount each paycheck into that account, preferably by direct deposit if your employer will allow split deposits. After a few months, see if you've missed the money. If you haven't, increase the amount going into savings, then check again a few months later. Keep increasing the amount you are saving until it begins to impact you. This is also a great time to evaluate your life insurance and disability coverage. If you are older, it may be time to consider long-term care insurance. Believe it or not, insurance carriers are still issuing policies during the pandemic. While we will focus on different types of life insurance in another episode, just remember that term life insurance is fairly inexpensive. A very rough starting point for how much you need is 15 times your salary. That amount is adjusted based on the number of dependents you have, how much you have in savings, and other income your family may have. While you're looking at insurance coverage, also consider your estate plan. All adults should have a power of attorney, which allows someone to make financial and legal decisions for you if you are incapacitated. You also need a medical power of attorney and healthcare directive, giving someone the ability to make medical decisions for you, and also providing them guidance for end-of-life decisions. Finally, a will appoints your personal representative, the new term for what used to be called an executor, appoints a guardian for any minor children, and spells out the distribution of your property. Remember that your will is trumped by beneficiary designations on retirement accounts and insurance products. So if you have gotten married or divorced or had children, you might want to confirm your beneficiaries reflect your current situation. If you want to learn more, join us for one of our virtual education events. You can visit us at CovingtonAlsina.com or our Facebook page to learn more. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. CovingtonAlsina and Great Valley Advisor Group are separate entities from LPL Financial. All performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. CovingtonAlsina and LPL Financial do not provide legal advice or services. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial advisor, or tax advisor prior to investing. And if you don't have a financial advisor, or you haven't heard from yours, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with CovingtonAlsina.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again because this is a town that gets it, a town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.